Magandang lalaki at babae po sa inyo lahat. Ako po, si Big Garcia.
Ako naman po yung kapamilya, Avelyn Garcia. At ito ang Tulong Ko Pasa Mo Global
sa TFC, the Filipino Channel.
Nandito na naman kami para bigyan kayo ng tulong, kaalaman para sa buhay na mas matagumpay,
mas masaya,
at mas makabuluhan.
Kapamilya, nabigo ka na ba? Yung bang may gusto ka, pero hindi mo nakuha.
Ang mas masakit, ang tagal mong pinaghirapan, pero wala namang kinahinatnan.
Kaya malamang by this time po, nakaka-relate na po kayo sa amin dahil marami tayong mga gusto na hindi natin nakukuha. Kaya kumisan po, feeling natin bigo tayo.
Oo, pero may good news kami. Mamaya pag-uusapan natin kung ano-ano ang mga dapat isipin at gawin sa gitna ng matinding kabiguan.
Yan. Tuturo po namin sa inyo kung sakaling mangyari sa inyo to, one day, mangyari pa sa inyo sa mga sitwasyon gusto nyo mangyari na hindi nyo nakuha, ito po ang dapat yung gawin at isipin. Meron kayong dapat gawin at meron kayong dapat isipin.
Kasi nagsisimula yung mga gagawin sa iniisip mo. Sa ating episode na
Sawi pero Nagwagi. Yan po ang ating topic ngayon. Ibang mga nasawi, na lahat tayo nasasawi, pero nagwagi pa rin tayo maging sa ating kasawian. Makakasama pa rin natin si May Gonzalez, isang certified nutritionist at CEO for Trinity for Health ng Salad Master para sa tulong kalusugan.
Pag-uusapan din natin ang internet article na Smart Traveler's Tip.
Pero bago yan, simulan muna natin ating programa ng Tulong Pampagana.
Dahil ang paniniwala namin, one idea can change your life or
one story can change your life. Ang Tulong Pampagana story natin ngayon ay tungkol sa argumento. Patungkol sa isang taong iika-ika at parang limping. Alam niyo po yung ipa-ika-ika pag naglalakad.
Parang pilay.
Parang pilay.
Oo. Isang araw ay may magkaibigang may nakitang tao na iika-ika o sabi mo nga limping. Sabi ng isa, nako, kawawa naman, baka ipinanganak siyang pilay.
Yan, ganyan.
Sabi naman ng isa, nako hindi, baka na-aksidente yan.
Yan,
alam mo bang nauwi sa pagtatalo ang dalawa dahil pinipilit ng bawat isa ang kani-kanilang opinyon. Nako sir, naging mainit ang argumento at para maliwanagan, pinuntahan nila yung lalaking umiika-ika at tinanong kung bakit siya pilay.
Yeah.
Alam mo bang tawang-tawa yung lalaki at sinabing, yan ba yung pinagtatalunan ninyo? Kaya ako umiika-ika ay dahil nasira ang sandals ko.
Ako?
Yung dalawang magkaibigan na nagtatalo ay umalis ng hiyang-hiya sa naging mainit na pagtatalo patungkol dun sa umiika.
Ang ganda pong kwento po nito. Sana po maunawaan po natin kasi ang napakadami po nating matutunan dito sa kwento ito na ma-apply po natin sa ating buhay. At sigurado ko po gaganda ang ating buhay pag ginawa natin ito.
Lesson number 1, when in doubt, don't guess, ask.
Yan, ganda po ng ginawa ng dalawa po nagtatalo. May opinion yung isa, may haka-haka yung isa, may haka-haka yung isa. Kumisan po, pagpapatuloy natin yung ating haka-haka nga. Hindi sigurado. The best po, pag meron kayong hindi kayo sigurado, when in doubt, don't guess, ask. At yun po yung magandang ginawa ng mga kaibigan. Gawin nyo rin po yan. Huwag kayong nagtalo sa isang bagay na pareho kayong hindi sigurado.
Kaya lang, yung ginawa nila, nagsayang na pa sila ng oras, diba?
At least natuto sila. Yung iba po hanggang ngayon, nagtatalo pa rin. Kasi nga po, hindi po sila marunong magtanong. Please, mag-asawa po, kung minsan may pananaw kami, pananaw isa. Kung gusto nyo nang maayos, magtanong lang po. Itanong mo lang.
Or minsan, di ba, ano kaya, matatanggap ako o hindi? Matatanggap ako o hindi? Naku po, ang dami-dami mo nang inisip, magtatanong ka lang naman.
Tanong ka lang.
Diba?
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, behind every argument is someone's ignorance.
Ayan. Totoo po, yan po ang problema ng dalawang yan. Kaya sila nag-argumento, pareho silang ignorant. Sir naman, parang sakit naman po yun. Totoo po, kasi po, pareho po sila nagko-conclude at kakama with their opinion na hindi naman nila alam talaga yung tunay na dahilan o tunay na pangyayari. At marami po sa atin, kaya po nangyayari sa atin, may nabalitaan lang tayong kaibigan na kagan, siguro ganito yun, siguro ganito yun. Ito po ang problema Nagko-comment tayo based from ignorance. Bakit po? Hindi natin alam yung tunay na nangyayari, pero comment tayo ng comment. Parang magdalawang komento ng komento. Hindi nila alam, ba't paika-ika yung tao. Ingat po kayo dyan.
Meron niya isa, nabalitaan niya ikakasal. Sabi, ba't ang bilis-bilis ikakasal? Siguro buntis.
Hindi mo alam, 2 taon ng engagement, hindi lang pinaalam sa iyo. Yung po problema.
Correct.
Ingat po, magsalita, magkomento sa mga bagay na hindi kayo sigurado. Kasi po, you are making comments out of ignorance. Dangerous po yan.
Nagiging judger ka tuloy. Kaya behind every argument is someone's ignorance.
Kaya nga po, kung gusto nyo talaga malaman, tanong nyo kung ano ginawa ng pagkaibigan.
Oo. Number 3, silence is argument carried out by other means.
Yan. May mga pagkakataon po, ito po, pwede nyo pong gawin. May mga pagkakataon pag nag-argumento po kayo, tapos parang tingin mo hindi na maganda yung sinasabi ng kaibigan mo, pwede ka manahimik. Ibig sabihin po ng pananahimik mo is parang hindi ka na-agree sa pinagsasabi niya and wala ka nang balak ipagpatuloy yung argumento dahil wala namang kapupuntahan yung argumento.
Oo. So, ibig sabihin yung silence pala, may mensahe.
May mensahe po yan. Sometimes po, sabi niya, silence is louder than
words
shout.
expressed.
Okay, so, importante po yun.
Oo. Number 4, the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Sabi ni Dale Carnegie.
Totoo po, may mga pagkakataon po talaga para makawa mo yung tunay na dapat mangyari sa isang argumento is huwag kang sumali. Pag sumali ka, gumugulo. Bakit po? Yung magsasalita, ang tingin mo, hindi alam yung sinasabi niya.
Oo.
Sasali ka pa. So, dalawa na kayong di alam yung pinagsasabi, kaya gumugulo po. So, pag hindi kayo sigurado, pwede nyo gawin. Kukwento ko kayo, ay, ganun mo, kasi ganito. Alam mo, huwag na natin pag-usapan yan. Ibahin niyo po yung topic. Pag-usapan niyo yung topic na medyo may pareho kayong alam para makakuha niyo po yung tunay na pangyayari.
Ay, nako, marami tayong natutunan at sana i-apply natin yan sa ating buhay. At magbibigay daan muna tayo sa tulong kalusugan mula kay May Gonzalez, isang certified nutritionist and of course CEO of Treaty for Health and Salad Master in Santa Clarita, California. May!
Kapamilya, napag-usapan natin sa mga nakaraang series ang physical na kalusugan. Sa ilalim po nito ay napag-aralan natin ang nutrisyon at nagbigay tayo ng mga examples gaya ng grains and sugar. Pangalawa ay exercise or ehersisyo, tubig at ngayon naman po kapamilya, pag-usapan natin ang benepisyo ng sunshine or sikat ng araw para sa ating kalusugan. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. According to Ellen White, sunshine is one of natural's most healing agents. If we expose our clothing to sunshine, mildew and molds would be prevented. Tama po ba? Ganon din sa ating bahay. We can keep our homes from impurities of every room in our dwellings should be open to the rays of the sun. Kaya kung matindi ang benepisyo ng araw sa damit at bahay, edi mas lalo naman na sa ating katawan, di ba? Many have become afraid of the sun, thinking they will get skin cancer. Naniniwala po ako na hindi araw ang sanhi ng cancer unless you are constantly out in it. Burning yourself, but rather it is a purifier. It brings to the surface, which is your skin, the cancers and toxins and germs that are already in your system, trying to flush them out of your body. Remember, sunshine is one of God's 8 natural sources for healing. Kaya nga po ito ang inyong certified nutritionist May Gonzalez na nagsasabing, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. And remember, be happy, healthy, and blessed.
At para ganahan ka naman kumain, visit Butterberries Cafe Food Truck every Saturday located in Echo Park, 1030 Alpine Street, Los Angeles, California.
Every Sunday naman po from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. ay nasa Melrose Trading Post po sila, 7850 Melrose Avenue, Los Angeles, California.
Para sa catering,
tawagan niyo po sa 323-610-9005 or 323-244-9784.
Magbabalik pa ang tulong ko, pasa mo global.
Wag bibitiw.
Tulong ko, pasa mo, gaganda ang mundo.
Nagbabalik ang tulong ko, pasa mo global. Vic Garcia po balik.
At Aveline Garcia.
Dadako na tayo sa ating tulong pampaganda ng buhay.
Ang paniniwala namin, you don't become what you want, you become what you do continually.
At dahil gusto namin gumanda ang buhay niyo, bibigyan namin kayo ng mga tips na tunay na magpapaganda ng inyong buhay. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon ang isang internet article mula sa Smart Traveler.
Regardless of where you're going or what you're doing, remember these things when traveling overseas. Una po, Check the visas, entry and exit requirements for your destination and all your transit locations.
Lalo na po kung multi-country po pupuntahan nyo, kailangan checkin nyo po kung yung visa dala-dala nyo ay pwedeng tanggapin sa susunod na bansa. Pwede pong sa unang bansa, okay po ang visa nyo, pero susunod na bansa hindi kasi po masisira po ang inyong bakasyon pag nangyari po itong mga problema.
Yes, paki-check lang ho kung eligible for visa and can meet all other entry requirements before booking anything. Kontakin nyo rin po ang embassy or consulate for your destination to confirm requirements. Number 2, subscribe to travel advice. Kumbaga, yung mga requirements for travel overseas can change sometimes at a short notice.
So, ibig sabihin po, bago po kayo tunay na bumiyahe, kuminsan po may mga travel advices po, mga embassy, patungkol po sa mga bansang pupuntahan nyo. Pwedeng walang problema last week, pero ngayon meron. So, ang simple lang po, check nila po sa Google and everything kung meron pong travel advisory dun sa bansang pupuntahan nyo. Pwede nagkaroon ng matindig sakuna o kaya may problemang mangyayari. So maganda pong mapaghandaan po natin itong mga sitwasyon na to. It will just take you a minute or two to do this.
Number 3, get comprehensive travel insurance. Importante yan, katulad ng passport yan. Ensure mo po na cover po kayo for the places that you will visit.
Yan, so napaka-importante rin yung travel insurance kasi po, pwedeng may insurance po kayo sa bansang panggagalingan nyo. Pero kung magkaroon po ng hindi magandang pangyayari sa bansang pupuntahan nyo, maganda po covered kayo po ng travel insurance para hindi na po kayo namumroblema kasi po, napakalaking gastos po.
Yes.
Kung magkaroon ng problema at wala kayong travel insurance, malaking problema na sa pangatawan, mas malaki rin problema sa ating kaperahan dahil malaking gastos yan.
At speaking of travel, na napapanahon na ang bakasyon, we have good news for you. If you're planning a vacation or travel to the Philippines, we have some exciting news for you. Although, Tulong Ko Pasa Mo Global Television Show is based in America, it's broadcasted globally. This means that no matter where you are in the world, you have a great chance of winning, hotel accommodation in one of the premier business hotels in the Philippines. We will be raffling off free accommodations to Crown Plaza Manila and Holiday Inn Manila Galleria, both of which offer top-notch amenities and direct access to one of Ortiga's biggest shopping malls. So to enter the raffle, simply send us an email with your name, address, and contact information to
tulongkopasamoglobal@gmail.com. Ulitin ko po, tulongkopasamoglobal@gmail.com.
We will announce the winners on the show, so stay tuned for more information.
Mag-email lang po kayo sa kagustuhan nyo sumali at manalo po ng ating hotel accommodation, lalo-lalo na po sa mga nagbabalak po umuwi ng Pilipinas. Ito po maganda, makakakuha po kayo ng libreng hotel accommodation sa pinakamagandang hotel po sa Pilipinas. Kapamilya, bahagi na ng tulong pampaganda ng buhay ang segment na kung kaya nila, kaya mo rin. Nais namin na ang bawat kwento ay humimok sa inyo na maniwala at umaksyon sa inyong mga pangarap. Dahil ang paniniwala namin ay kung kaya nila, kaya mo rin.
Tama yan! Extraordinary and outstanding Filipinos all over the world are featured. And today, we have a guest personality who will inspire you. Siya ay ang taong may paniniwala na pwedeng homeless but not hopeless. Panoorin natin ang aking panayam via Zoom at tunghayan ng life's journey ng Vice President ng Banura Home Health and EdSen Solutions na si Amabel De Leon. Panoorin natin ito. Alam mo, Amabel, natutuwa kami dahil nung nabasa namin ang librong Bloom on the Battlefield, meron ka dong chapter na ang tawag doon ay Homeless but Not Hopeless. Amabel, pakikwento nga, paano ka ba nagsimula dito sa Amerika?
Just like anybody migrating to a new country, mahirap dahil wala ka masyadong resources, mabuting may mga kamag-anak ka nakilala, pero not everybody still is able to help you. First job namin ng nanay ko, with me, caregiver kami. Ang problema lang noon is, after, in between the job, in between our work, where are we gonna stay, right? So yun, we move from one house to another, sa kamag-anak nila, tita rin, kamag-anak ni nanay na iba, kaibigan ng iba. Tapos, we go back kay tita every now and then, pero syempre nahihiya ka. So, yun ang buhay namin.
Pero paano yun? Meron na ba kayong sasakyan at that time para kayo'y lumipat from one place after another?
So just sa California, kailangan talaga may sasakyan ka because ang lalayo ng mga destinasyon. So kailangan may sasakyan ka doon. So wala kaming sasakyan. We have to walk from point A to point B to point C. Kailangan walang choice eh. And yun ang buhay namin. Nakita kami ng mga kamag-anak ng pasyente namin when they were visiting, naawa sila. So they helped us get a car. So para kaming nanalo sa loto when we were having that, di ba? Na wow, may kotse kami, we can call our own ba? And when I was 23, going 23 then, umiyak ako, and I'm sure my mom was also crying, and hindi ko nakikita palagi. But I was kind of blaming, I was blaming her, I was blaming her situation. Why do we have to do this? Parang hirap.
Yeah.
So, yun. Pero, the best thing was my mom eh. I think without my mom with me that time, I would have given up. I would have said, it's time to go home. So, little did I know na my mom was battling cancer. Actually, when in and out kami na ng hospital noon, we didn't realize may cancer pala siya. So she called me at work, sabi niya, love. She calls me love, or pangga. Ga, I think I'm gonna pass out. So anyway, I rushed to her, just in time for me to take to the ER. Tapos nag-pass out na siya. And then, that's when she got diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Yung employer niya, where she was, and there's still a big part of of our family right now, the Patel family. They continued helping us sa insurance niya, tinuloy-tuloy yung insurance niya. So, even though she had several times na wala siya trabaho, she couldn't work, they did not stop her insurance. So, that was really a big deal kasi ang mahal pala ng insurance sa Amerika. But we had a plan to go home that time. Tapos, hindi nga umabot doon. March 15th of 2000, she passed away. Umiyak ako nung namatay siya. It was 2 a.m. I was outside of that hospital. I was sitting on the gutter in the parking lot. No one was there, so I could scream as loud as I could. I was screaming as loud as I could, calling her name, talking to her, talking to God. I don't know if I was crying na namatay siya, my mom just passed away, or umiyak ako dahil I couldn't even take her out of that hospital because I didn't have any money. I didn't call the Patel family. The Patel just showed up. So I believe one way or another, probably the hospital called them. When I went to her, I went to see my mom. She was there. Mrs. Patel was there and told me that she was gonna handle those things for me. So when I went home to take nanay home, so yun ang decision, iuwi ko si nanay. Pagbalik ko, actually, I didn't plan to come back. Parang ayoko na eh. Parang, but why? Right? Why would I come back? I was alone. That time, nag-meet na kami ni Alan. So, siya yung naging dahilan na I have to come back. Ngayon, nung bumalik ako,
from the Philippines.
I was working before sa hospital. So, I had a hard time working in the hospital because that's where my nanay was confined majority of the time. So, 6 months lang actually ako doon and I had to leave. Tapos, at a point na talagang I was going through depression. All I did was cry every single day. I would work and cry, and then I would drive and I would always find myself in the middle of the freeway, not knowing where to go. So, I was blanking. Tapos, up to a point na sinabi na nga ni Dr. Patel, he's a doctor. Sabi niya, do you want me to start you on medication? Sabi ko, no. Actually, he prescribed me meds, pero hindi ko inumpisahan dahil if I would have done that, I would have not been able to continue. Yung si Mrs. Patel naman, on the other side, naging mom ko siya.
Oh.
Sinasabihan niya ako, be strong, divert your feelings to something, play tennis, start hanging out with friends, go out, you need to be happy, find a way to divert all that attention, yung feeling of, being depressed, of always crying. So, I was working hard. At that year, when I came back, I went back to the nursing home. I got promoted to become the director of that nursing home. It's 185 beds. So I did that, for 2 years. And then after that, I was dating Alan already. I was thinking, I really need to help my brothers. I was running out of time. So the only way, I think God spoke to me in a special way. I didn't know how. I just woke up one day and talked to 2 other colleagues there in the nursing home and asked and told them, would you join me if we would, if I start a company? So, and they said yes. Although there were also a lot of people who told me, are you crazy? Oh, you're crazy, right? Or what do you know? Nang nag-asawa na kami, and then of course, we had issues with the partnership. One partner got tired of the stress, said and told me this is not for me. The financial burden, the always worrying where to get cash flow. So umalis siya. And then the other one started her own business as well. Ngayon, I told Alan to join me. Pero he was also scared for both of us to be in that business, not knowing if it's gonna go somewhere, right? Because we need to have food on our table and be able to pay our mortgage, maraming bills sa America. I told him, I think we will really be able to grow even more with you and me in it, because we could take care of the family, the kids. We only had Alec then, and then take care of the business and be able to see each other. So lumaki din ang negosyo over time, but we had our own share of lots of fears, lots of fighting, not knowing where to find resources, especially money, where to get money for our payroll. Every day you're spending money. Tapos at the same time, kami ni Alan adjusting to each other, and making our family, grow and be able to be as husband and wife when we go home, and be able to respect each other at work. So I think that's it. That's the key word, respect, and give each other space to grow as a person. At the same time, respect, our own dreams and aspirations in life and as a person, right? And respect and get to know, and also be able to also know your weaknesses and strength, right? And post strength from the one that your partner.
Wow! Napakaganda talaga at napaka-inspiring ng iyong kwento, Amabel. Tunay nga hindi hadlang ang mga obstacles sa buhay para tayo ay magtagumpay. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan at ipagpapatuloy natin ang aking panayam kay Amabel De Leon. Makalipas lang ang ilang paalat.
Tulong ko, asa mo, gaganda ang mundo.
Nagbabalik ang Tulong Ko Pasa Mo Global. Ako pa rin po niyong kapamilya, Avelyn Garcia. Ipagpapatuloy natin ang life's journey of homeless but not hopeless ni Amabel De Leon. Panoorin natin ito. Ngayon, Amabel, na progressive ang iyong kumpanya. Napakadami mong empleyado. It's over 600 employees, right? And you are not just, in one company, but you grow different companies like Edson Solutions, Denu, at kung ano-ano pa. Paano mo nababalanse ang negosyo at ang iyong pamilya? Alam mo naman, dito sa Amerika, talagang komando tayo, no? What you command, you do. Di ba? So, meron kang ginagawa sa bahay, may ginagawa ka sa opisina, sa negosyo. Paano mo binabalanse ang iyong panahon sa pamilya at sa iyong mga negosyo?
Like that word, commando, Avelyn. Iniisip mo pa lang, sinasabi mo, kino-command mo, ikaw rin palang gagawa. It's really knowing what's important to you. And right? Ang turo namin sa family namin, sarili ko, sa family namin, sa team namin, is following that pyramid, the pyramid hierarchy. What comes first? So God is the center of everything that we do. So He should come first. Second is your family, right? Your family should come next. So you're not gonna compromise that. You grow at the same time. You're not gonna compromise anybody in your family. Nawala ka ng oras doon. And then, of course, you need to belong to a church family. You need to be able to be fed by and mentored by great people that can keep you going. So, knowing yun, yung mga important na yun. So, there's time for everything, right? So, there's time to work, there's time to go home, there's time to to put things aside and spend time with your kids. So, knowing kung ano importante sa'yo. So, kami ni Alan, ganun din. And we told our kids over and over again, if you need us, call us anytime. Do not filter that because we will always be there for you, no matter what we're facing, no matter where we are.
So, hindi reason yung busy ka para i-reach ka ng mga anak.
There are times naman na may mga emergencies sa opisina, you weigh that. Alam mo rin kung paano mo i-delegate mo ba yon. You'll attend to that. Can your problem is a problem with your kids can wait? Can i-assess mo yon. Pero kailangan pag may mga urgent problems, you know exactly who comes first.
Yes. Amabel, napaka-encouraging ng mga sinasabi mo, napakadaming mga kababayan natin na nasa Amerika na nagsimula rin ng homeless, no? Nagsimula rin ng wala silang masasandigan. Pero napakaganda ng paalala mo that you used to be homeless but not hopeless. Napaka-importante nung pag-asa, no? Napaka-importante ng pananampalataya that something good is about to happen in your life. Siguro, as we close, gusto ko lang maybe i-share mo, no? Dating itong sinimulan mo, wala ka natitirhan, you go from one place after another, pero ngayon, ano na ang mga negosyo at anong masasabi mo sa ginagawa ng Diyos sa mga negosyong meron ka? You can share what are the businesses that you are in right now at encourage people na kung kaya mo, kaya rin nila.
So, kami nagsimula sa home health. Yung alam namin gawin. Like, my husband is an OT, I'm a nurse. So, that was a very comfortable business for us to start because we knew clinical. We know clinical. We understand clinical. The other part, we just have to learn. I need to learn how to be an accountant. I need to learn how accounting thinks. I need to learn how a lawyer thinks. I need to learn the other business and resources that I need to understand out there. I have to study those. So lumaki kami not because you have the means to do that. Actually, lumaki kami because we keep seeing problems. We keep finding problems. As we keep growing and getting wider and getting bigger, nakikita namin maraming problema na kailangan naming harapin. So that's how our businesses, keep showing up. So ngayon, may home health kami. We have 4 home health agencies in California and Arizona. We have a hospice business. And then we have a consulting team, which is the new. Then we are into real estate. We love real estate so much. So everything that we wherever we plant, we put real estate there. So, nagiging sandalan ng mga negosyo. So, that makes us comfortable na minsan ang negosyo, it goes ups and downs. Normal naman yun eh. Pero kailangan may sandalan ka. So that made, yung real estate na hinahawakan namin makes us comfortable na meron kami mahuhugot na pera. And then, of course, it just keeps going. Now we have an e-commerce, which is their EdSense solution. It started because we need control. We need control of what needs to be bought, who's going to buy that, who's going to purchase that, where are we buying that. Researching a product takes a long time. And finding that kind of people to manage that, mahirap din. So, kailangan may control ka rin doon. So, that's how we started. And then, along the way, it just magnified our presence to keep sharing God. Because we cannot exist without God. And tomorrow, we don't know our end point will be our dot, right? So, I just make it a point that whatever we do makes sense, right? It gives meaning, it gives purpose to God. And we're praying that whoever we're touching, it draws us, to them and helps them get to know God. Because you'll be surprised. We talk to a lot of people, even to my kids' friends, and they have not heard about God. So I believe our businesses just keep growing because of that, yearning in our heart to share God in our lives. And I believe if you have that purpose, He doesn't want you to stay put where you are because He wants you to share it to other people as far and as wide as He wants you to be. So I believe that's why we exist, because of that purpose. God will just plant you where He wants you, and you just have to keep saying yes, I guess, and the rest will just fall into place because He's a God of miracle. He's a God of possibilities. And He owns pretty much everything. Everything that we're complaining today, He can solve that in a click, in a heartbeat, right? You just have to learn to be courageous and strong enough to get through that problem, I guess.
So, any last words as we end? Maybe 30 seconds last words sa mga taong nanonood sa atin for them to stay hopeful and not depressed.
No matter what we go through in our day-to-day existence, I know that God is with us and He's gonna get through us. We're gonna get through this with Him.
Wow, nakakaiyak. Maraming salamat, Amabel. It's such an opportunity and it's such a great honor to listen to you. Ano man ang pinagdadaanan mo sa buhay, always remember,
Bloom on your battlefield.
kapamilya, sana marami tayong natutunan sa mga shinare sa atin ni Amabel dahil kung kaya niya, kaya mo.
Kaya mo rin.
Thank you so much, Amabel, for your inspiring life's journey. Kaya kapamilya, ano man ang pinagdadaanan mo ngayon sa buhay, may pag-asa ka pa dahil kung kaya ni Amabel, kaya nyo rin. Hatid sa inyo ng Pretty Looks, kaya bumisita sa pinakamalapit na Pretty Looks Clinic sa Pilipinas para sa iyong pretty eyebrows and more. Siguradong maganda ang bakasyon mo dahil you'll stay pretty with Pretty Looks. Magbabalik pa ang tulong ko Pasa Mo Global. Huwag bibitiw.
Tulong ko, pasa mo, gaganda ang mundo.
Nagbabalik ang tulong ko, Pasa Mo Global. Vic Garcia pumuli.
At Amining Garcia,
Dadako na tayo sa tulong dagdag kaalaman.
kung saan hahanap tayo ng paraan para mas madagdagan ang ating kaalaman.
Kapamilya, alam bang maraming tao ang bigo sa buhay? Marami na silang sinubukan pero wala pa rin nangyari.
Ito nga sinasabi ko kanina, ang mas masakit, ang tagal mong pinaghirapan pero wala namang kinahinatnan.
Yan, malamang at this time po, marami na po kayo naiisip na mga kabiguan na nangyari sa buhay niyo. O may naiisip kayong tao ngayon na bigo at medyo hirap na hirap how to move on in life. Okay, mag-alala. Pag-uusapan po natin ang mga bagay na yan.
Alam nyo bang kailangan natin ng kabiguan sa
Ha?
buhay?
Siguro tanong niya, kailangan natin ng kabiguan sa buhay. Opo, may maganda pong dulot ang kabiguan sa ating buhay.
Kasi failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success.
Totoo po, ibig sabihin, wala. Nakakita na ba kayo tayo naging successful? Opo.
Yes.
Promise, may kabiguan yan. At kuminsan po yung kanilang kabiguan ang ginamit nila para sila magtagumpay sa buhay. Kaya po, failure is part of success. At lahat po tayo kailangan ng failure.
Good news, pag-uusapan natin ano-ano mga dapat isipin at gawin sa gitna ng matinding kabiguan.
Sa ating episode na Sawi Pero Nagwagi. Yan po ang gusto namin mangyari sa inyo na kung sakaling masawi kayo at promise sigurado kami masasawi kayo. Ang gusto lang po namin mangyari, masawi man kayo pero magwagi kayo sa inyong kasawian. At siguro by this time, litong-lito na kayo. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Papaalam po namin sa inyo ang mga benefits o bentahe ng pagiging sawi sa buhay.
Benefit of failure number 1. Failure can make us learn from our mistakes.
Yan po ang ginawa ng napakaraming matatagumpay na tao. Nasawi po sila pero natuto sila sa kanilang kasawian at ginamit nila yung kanilang kasawian para sila magtagumpay.
Kasi mistakes have the power to turn you into something better than you were before.
Lilinawin ko lang po, mistakes has the power to turn you. Take note, may power pero hindi po siguradong it will turn you to be a better person.
Yes.
You will become a better person from your failure if you will learn from your failures. But if you will not learn from your failures, it will not make you a better person.
When you make a mistake, there are only 3 things you should ever do about. Admit it, learn from it, and don't repeat it.
Yan, napakaganda po yan. Tanggapin niyo po, matuto ka, at mo nang ulitin kasi alam mo nang mali, uulitin mo pa.
And most of our mistakes are the result of allowing emotion to overrule logic. We knew the right choice but did not
Yan,
obey.
isa po kailangan
Diba?
maintindihan niyo kung minsan kadalasan kaya po tayo nagkakamali. May mga bagay tayo alam natin dapat gawin, kaya lang po napapangunahan o pinipili natin
Yes.
pangunahan ng emosyon, galit, sama ng loob, inggit, in so much excitement, nagkakamali tuloy tayo.
Kaya nga, success lies in one's ability to learn from mistakes.
So napaka-importante po na kung gusto niyo maging successful, learn from it. At kung nasawi kayo, pag natuto kayo sa inyong kasawian, wagi na kayo kahit
Yes.
nasawi kayo.
Benefit of failure number 2. Failure can make us realize that we need to change.
Ayan, napaka-importante po nito na napakaganda po pag tayo nasasawi. Ha? Siguro talagang lito kayo. Kasi po, kuminsan, pag sa ating kasawian na realize natin may mga dapat tayong baguhin sa ating buhay.
Natuto na kasi.
Okay,
Oo.
natuto na tayo makita, ay, kailangan baguhin to.
Oo.
Kailangan baguhin to. At dahil nagbago po tayo, yung pagkasawi mo at magbago ka, yun ang magbibigay po sa iyo ng tagumpay.
Kasi sabi ni Albert Rogers, failure is hard but turn those failures into learning experiences so that you look back and be happy that you failed, di ba? Because you gained more knowledge from that experience. Minsan, it's simply an invitation to change your strategy instead of giving up completely.
So, naintindihan niyo po, napakaganda. Step number 1, you learn from it.
Yes.
Okay, pero hindi lang dapat natutunan mo. Kasi susubok ka uli eh. Okay, pag subok mo, dapat natuto ka na sa kahapon, baguhin mo
Magbago na.
Okay, ang inyong strategy. At there's a big possibility po, kuminsan di po mali yung ating gustong mangyari. Mali lang po yung ating paraan. At kung babaguhin po natin ating paraan, may posibilidad yung hindi natin nakuha before, makuha natin ngayon. Siguro by this time, somebody, may nakikinig, hindi mali yung gusto mo. Baguhin mo lang yung strategy mo, baka makuha mo yung gusto mo.
Kasi failure is simply the opportunity to begin again. This time more intelligently. Sabi ni Henry Ford.
Si Henry Ford po isa sa pinakamatalino, matagumpay na tao sa buong mundo. Ano po ang punto niya? Pag nagkamali ka, yun become more intelligent. Bakit? Alam mo na yung hindi magwo-work at alam mo na yung magwo-work. So ngayon, mas intelligent ka na as you begin. Actually, as you continue to pursue your purposes in life, malaki po posibilidad. You'll become
Sabi nga, di ba?
successful.
Failure is not fatal. Hindi mo nakakamatay
Yes.
yun. But failure to change will be.
Yan, yung po ang nakakamatay, bang nagkamali ka. Alam mo na yung pagkakamali mo. Hindi mo binago. Ayun,
Oo.
yun na magiging fatal po. Kasi po, alam mo na yung tapa, hindi mo ginawa. Problema
Yes.
yan.
The one who falls and gets up is stronger than the one who never tried, di ba? So do not fear failure but rather fear not trying, sabi ni Roy Bennett.
Napakaganda po yan. Ikaw, di ba? Dahil mo na sinubukan, parang wala pa rin nangyayari. Pagod na pagod ka na. Ito, suggestion ko. Huwag kang titigil. Okay, you just fail, you're not a failure. So, anong dapat mong gawin? Tayo uli. Isip uli. Ano may matutunan ko sa aking pagkakamali? Ano ba pwede kong baguhin para maayos ng mga bagay nito? At subok uli. The worst thing that you can do is to stop trying.
Yes.
At ang sabi nga po, when you stop trying, maybe you're now a failure. Because tumigil ka na eh. Hanggat hindi ka tumitigil, you're not a failure. You just failed. And because you failed, you can try again.
Nasa number 3 na po tayo. Failure can make us realize that we need to redirect our lives.
Ayan, isa pong matinding kailangan maintindihan nyo ito. Pag nabigo tayo, hindi lang po tayo kailangan magbago.
Yes.
Ginagawa natin araw-araw. O minsan po, kailangan nating baguhin ang direksyon ng ating buhay. Take note ha, hindi ka gagawa ng maliit na pagbabago para maabot. Or, ang dapat nyo gawin na ito, baka dapat nyong baguhin yung pupuntahan nyo at gusto nyong puntahan. So, importante po ito. Ibig sabihin, malaki po ang direksyon na dapat nyong baguhin para kayo magtagumpay dahil sa inyong kabiguan.
Sabi nga natin lagi, di ba? Rejection can be a redirection.
Yan.
Ito pa, failure can be a detour but not dead end.
Yan, isa namang pagkakataon po, pag nag-fail ka, hindi ka naman kailangan baguhin ng gusto mong puntahan, baka dumiko ka lang.
Yes.
Kasi po baka may masamang mangyayari pag dumiretso ka, so dinidetour lang po tayo kuminsan para hindi tayo mamroblema sa diretsyong daan na pupuntahan natin. Kasi po, tandaan niyo po, ang success po, hindi na palaging straight line.
Yes.
Kuminsan po paliko-liko, kuminsan zigzag. Pero at the end of the day, makakarating po tayo sa ating pupuntahan. Kaya kailangan identify niyo. Yung failure ba, titigil ako? O yung failure ba, itutuloy ko lang? O yung failure ba, babaguhin ko yung gusto kong puntahan? Yan po ang mga desisyong kailangan niyong gawin kung sakaling may kabiguan.
Different course, different work, different person.
Yeah.
Kasi success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
For example
Sabi ni
po,
Weston Lee.
tatrabaho ka, ito ba'y dapat na trabaho? Baka naman dinidirect ka sa ibang trabaho.
Oo.
May karelasyon ka, ito ba'y dapat na karelasyon?
Baka iba.
Ibang karelasyon. Okay, nag-aaral ka, ito ba'y kurso? Baka naman yung failure na yan is leading you to a better course na bagay sa iyong kagalingan o talent. Kaya kailangan po, be aware. At kung nahihirapan po kayo, humingi po kayo ng tulong para analyze yung sitwasyon nyo, para magkaroon kayo ng magandang kinabukasan.
Number 4, failure can make us realize our strengths and weaknesses.
Ayan, napaka-importante po. Isa po sa napaka-importanting dapat nyo gawin. Halos lahat po ng matatagumpay na tao, ginaalam nila yung kanilang galing at yung kahinaan. Ibig sabihin po, pag ito galing nila, gagamitin nila. Pag mahina sila sa bagay na to, hingi sila ng tulong sa iba.
Yes.
Critical po yun. Kasi po, napaka-importante po malaman nyo rin po yung weakness nyo. Kasi pag hindi mo alam, hindi mo kaya, hindi mo galing, huwag mo nang gawin kasi
Oo.
sasabit ka lang. The good news is this, pag tayo nag-fail, doon po natin nare-realize, uy, mahina pala ako dito.
Correct.
So, kailangan ko ng tulong. Hindi ko po namin sinasabi na titigil ka na. Pwede ka magpatulong, pwede ka mag-aral, pwede ka magpaturo. And one day, your weakness can be a strength if na-discover mo yung weakness mo.
Kaya nga, admitting your weaknesses does not diminish your strengths.
Yes.
It shows your courage.
So, napaka-importante po, kung talaga may kahinaan ka, tanggapin mo. Kasi po, pag natanggap mo, doon po magsisimula yung magandang proseso of learning, of knowing things that can improve your weakness.
Kung weakness mo yon, hindi mo nagagawin. Magpapatulong ka na sa iba. Kasi naku,
Yeah.
mahina ako dyan. Naranasan ko na yan. Nadapa ako dyan eh. Tulungan mo ko.
Yeah.
Build on your strengths. Work on your weakness.
Ibig sabihin, may strength ka, may galing ka, tatagan mo pa yun, galingan mo pa. Pero sa ating weakness po, matuto po tayo, mag-aral po tayo, magpa-coach po tayo because there's a possibility. It can be a weakness today, but it will be a strength tomorrow.
Oy, may sinabi niya si Michael Jordan. Naalala mo si Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Ito yung considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time. Sabi niya, my attitude is that if you push me towards something that you think it is weakness, then I will turn that perceived weakness into strength.
Yeah. So may posibilidad po gano'n. Kasi po, lahat naman po ng bagay naaaral eh. So kung di ka talagang magaling, maganda admit mo. Dahil di ka
Yes.
magaling, in-admit mo, hingi ka ng tulong, mag-aaral ka, magte-train ka, and eventually, one day, that weakness can become a strength.
Kaya nga, life is very interesting. In the end, some of your greatest pains become your greatest strengths.
So right now, nabigo ka ngayon. Baka yung kabiguan mo na yan ang magdala sa'yo sa mas magandang buhay because natuto ka na, nagpaturo ka na, at ginawa mo yung mga pagbabago sa buhay mo. Kaya, you will be successful. Kaya, palagi namin sinasabi, bigo, pero nagwagi. Yan.
Yes. Wagi, sawi.
Ay, sawi pala,
pero
pero
nagwagi.
nagwagi. Pero pareho na rin yung bigo.
Oo.
Pareho na rin. Sa aming pagbabalik, itutuloy pa po natin ang ating kwentuhan.
Magbabalik pa ang tulong ko pa sa mga global.
Wag BBTU.
Tulong ko, asa mo, gaganda ang mundo.
Nagbabalik ang tulong ko, pasa mo global. Vic Garcia po.
At Abilene Garcia.
Okay, tutuloy na po natin ang pagsagot sa tanong na ano-anong dapat isipin at gawin sa gitna ng matinding kabiguan sa ating episode na
Sawi pero nagwagi.
Okay, benefit number 5.
Number 5, failure can make us realize the people that really loves us.
Importante po to, napaka-importante po to. Kumisan po, pag nabigo tayo, dito natin makikilala sino ba talaga ang importante sa buhay natin. Pero may kabaliktaran yan. Sino ba talaga ang nagbibigay ng importansya sa atin?
Yes.
At kumisan po, hindi natin po malalaman siya during good times. Malalaman, makikilala natin sila during bad times, during kabiguan.
Hard times always reveal true love. Sabi nga ni Oprah Winfrey, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo. But what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks
Di ba?
down.
So kahit ano sasakyan nyo, kasama siya.
Oo, good friends are there when you need them. Fair weather friends are only there when they need you. But it's really nice to have the friends who are there when there's really no need at
Yan
all.
pinakamaganda. Walang kailangan pareho, pero nandun siya.
Benefit number 6. Failure can make us realize that we need others.
Yan, napaka-importante po dito bagay na to. Kuminsan po, kung kailan lang tayo nabibigo, doon natin na-realize, kailangan natin nanay natin, tatay natin, kaibigan natin, kapatid natin. Kasi kuminsan po, dumarating po tayo sa medyo bayabang tayo ng konti, kaya ko to, kahit wala kayo. Pero kuminsan po, maganda po yung nabibigo tayo because nare-realize natin, hindi natin kayang mabuhay mag-isa.
Kaya pala may kantang Lean on Me.
Mm.
When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. Di ba? So, meron kang sasandalan. Kailangan mo ng taong sasandalan. No one fails alone and no one succeeds alone.
So, napaka-importante po, unawain nyo po yan, ha? Baka ngayon, hindi pa kayo bigo. Pero feeling nyo, kung kayo mag-isa, kaya nyo abutin ng buhay. Bago kayo mabigo, find somebody to help you so that pag kailangan nyo ng tulong, nandyan po sila.
Because we all need somebody to lean on. To be successful, you don't have to know everything.
Yan.
As long as you know people who know the things you don't. Sabi niya Harvey Mackay yan.
Napaka-importante po yan. Gusto mo maging successful, hindi mo kailangan lahat ng bagay, alamin lahat ng bagay. Pero, napaka-importante po, may mga tao kang alam yung mga bagay na di mo alam. So, napaka-importante po yung mga, kaya paligiran mo yung buhay mo ng mga taong may alam. At kumisan po nga, may mga taong paligiran mo yung sarili, mas magaling sa'yo. Kasi po, mas marami silang may tutulong sa'yo at you become a better person when you are with them. So, failure po will tell you, nabigo ka man, nasawi ka man, pwede ka magwagi kung papaligiran mo ang sarili mo ng mga taong tunay na tutulong sa'yo.
Kasi you need somebody to lean on. Benefit number 7, failure can make us realize that we need God.
Yan, isa pong napaka-importante ko pong dapat yung maunawaan nito. Kumisan, kadalasan po, kaya tayo nabibigo, may kinakalabi tayo ni Lord.
Oh.
Anak, kailan mo ba ako kinausap? Kailan ka ba pupunta ng simbahan? Dati pumupunta ka ng simbahan, dati ma-attend ka ng Bible study, dati nagpe-pray ka, ngayon hindi na. Kumisan po, God allowed this failure for us to realize we need God.
Yes, kasi failure is often blessing in disguise.
Yan. Kaya po right now, na-fail ka ba? It might be a blessing in disguise. Meaning po, this failure will bring you back to God. This failure will rekindle your relationship with God.
Totoo
Kaya
yan.
nga po, right now, kung bigo ka, sinubukan mo namang manalangin at humingi ng tulong sa Diyos. At humingi, Lord, tulungan mo ako sa sitwasyon ito. Baka one day, pagpasalamat mo dahil nabigo ka.
Di ba yung those who failed miserably are often the first to see God's formula for success.
Totoo po, yung mga matinding pagkakamali, ito daw po yung dahilan na tayo po tinatanggap natin, hindi ko alam ang
totoo
buhay,
yan.
hindi ko na alam ang gagawin. At kadalasan, pag dumating na po kayo sa puntong hindi nyo na alam ang gagawin, doon nyo marirealize, may Diyos na alam yung gagawin. May Diyos na nagmamahal sa iyo para ituro sa iyo yung gagawin mo. Ba't hindi ako dapat lumapit sa Kanya? So ito po yung pagkakataon, lalapit ka sa Diyos. Bakit? Dahil sa iyong matinding kabiguan.
Eh, yung first formula ng success nga is trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your path straight.
At pakaganda po ng paalala, kung gusto natin maging straight yung ating buhay, gumanda ang ating buhay, ito po, in all your ways, sa lahat daw po ng pagkakataon, sa lahat ng gagawin mo, lumapit ka sa Diyos. At gaganda daw po ang buhay natin. Kuminsan po kasi dumarating tayo sa punto, pag nabigo, doon lang tayo lumalapit. Ito po
Yes.
sabi ng Diyos, hindi ka pa bigo, lumapit ka na. May problema ka lang konti, lumapit ka na. Meron di mo alam ang gagawin, lumapit ka na. Pag ginawa mo daw po yun, gagabayan ka niya sa iyong buhay at malamang gumanda ang buhay mo.
Tandaan nyo to ha, our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things in life that don't really matter. Ganda na sinabi ni Francis Chan, di ba?
May mga
Oo.
pagkakataong timpong ganyan-ganyan. Di ba? Successful, pero yung ginagawa niya, walang silbi, walang kwenta.
At hindi yun yung calling niya.
May pera siya, mayaman siya, pero galit ang pamilya niya, malayo siya sa Diyos. Sa akin po, it's not success. Because mayroon ka lang ng gusto mo, pero mayroon ka bang kasiyahan, kaligayahan, kapanatagan ng loob. Dapat po, pwede po magsama-sama lahat yan.
Sana marami tayong natutunan sa ating pinag-usapan ngayon.
At next week, mas marami pa tayong pag-uusapan na tunay na magpapaganda ng buhay niya.
Okay, mag-closing prayer muna tayo.
Amang nasa langit, maraming po salamat sa araw nito sa pagpapaalala niyo sa amin na kami po ay nabigo o nasawi. Pwede po kami magwagi kung matututo po kami sa aming mga pagkakamali. Lalong-lalo na po kung matututo kaming lumapit sa inyo at humingi ng tulong at kausapin kayo sa aming problemang pinagdadaanan.
Pagpalain niyo po lahat ng Pilipino saan mang sulok ng mundo. Lahat ng ito'y dalangin namin sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen and amen. Laging tandaan kung ano man ang naitulong ng programang ito, ipasa mo naman sa iba.
Imbitahin niyo po ang inyong mga kapamilya tumutok sa programang ito sa susunod nating pagsasama.
At sama-sama nating pagandahin ang ating buhay.
At ng mga mahal natin sa buhay. Ako po ang inyong kapamilya, Vic Garcia.
Ako naman po si Abilene Garcia. Laging tandaan,
Sa tulong ko pa sa mo global, gaganda ang mundo.
Tulong ko, asa mo, gaganda ang